Hello. Today we are going to learn how to crochet in a round. This is great for hats, rugs, anything that you're working in a circle. And what I have here is a hat that I had made. And so when you work in a round, you're starting at the crown, and that's where the round comes in. So I have like a few hats that I had made crocheting it around. And what I did with this one, I thought was kind of fun, was I added a faux, I guess, ball at the top of the actual round. But if you look here, you can see where it was crocheted in a round, and I have my loose yarn there. So you see what we're going to be doing. And there's a nice little lint piece on my hat. I was really into Downton Abbey, so I made a cloak. And it's hard to kind of tell because it's pretty close. And if you look in the previous videos before, when you learned the single crochet stitch, this is what this is. So it's nice, tight, dense stitch, and this is where the crochet in the round comes from. So you start working in a circle, and then you can see where it keeps increasing through here, and then where it comes through here. So right now we're not doing a pattern of a hat, you're just learning how to crochet the very beginning of a round. So first thing that you want to do is you're going to learn the magic circle. So you want to cross over, and I'm using a bulkier yarn and a larger hook as well. But you want to cross over, kind of turn it so you have a bit of a pretzel. You're going to pull up just a little bit so you still have a circle to work with. And we're going to do single crochets for this round. And what you want to do is insert your hook. You're going to chain one. Now, when I work in a round, I like to stay a little bit organized, and I'm counting my rows. So I have several containers full, but what I like to keep are my markers. So I'm going to mark each row and round with one of the markers. So in that way I don't lose my place, because you're going round and round and round, and you want to know where your beginning is and where your end is. So I'm just going to put a marker right in there. And now what we're going to do is 8 single crochets. So you don't want to lose your tail here, because that's the important part of the magic circle. So you want to make sure you hold on to that. So let's do 8 single crochets in the round. So you're going to insert your hook into the circle here. So you insert, yarn over, pull up, where you're going to have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2. That counts as your first crochet. Your marker here stitch is just a marker, so that does not count as any of your stitches. You'll see. So let's go for your number 2 single crochet. We're still working in the hole. 3. I hear my son in the background. 3, 4, 5, 6. Make sure you still have your tail down there. 7 and 8. So now that you've done 8, you want to attach or connect, I guess you could say, with a slip stitch to your markered stitch. So what you want to do here, slip stitch your yarn, your hook front to back. You're just going to yarn over and you're going to pull through both of the loops. Now, we still have that hole, and this is the magic stitch. So what you're going to do is you hold your work in between your fingers like that, and you're going to pull the small tail tight. It doesn't want to pull. Oh, why doesn't it want to pull? Oh, there we go. It just got stuck on something. So when you pull that tight, it closes the hole. So what you want to do now is you're going to be working on your second round. And as you're going through your rounds, you begin to increase. And the way that you'll increase a row, let's say if you're working on a hat, if you're working on a rug, if you're working on anything that's a circle that you want it to lay flat, you just increase your row. And you basically, what that means is you're going to add an extra stitch. So we just did 8 single crochets in this round. So now the way that you increase the next row is, here's your first, see there's the markered stitch from the row before. Here's your first single crochet. So what you're going to do is you're going to insert your stitch under here. I'm trying to do it slow. Yarn over. Yarn over through the 2 loops. The increase is you're going to go into that same stitch again. So you're going to have 2 single crochets in the first single crochet from the previous row. So there's your 2. Then you're going to go into the next one and you're going to do 1 single crochet. And as you go around, you're going to go 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1 until you get to your markered stitch, and you'll see. So we have 2, and it's a little, because this is a bulkier yarn, it's a little bit tougher to go through with the single crochet sometimes. So you just have to kind of muscle through it, but don't hold your work tight. You're going to have 2. 1. 2. Do one more in that one. 2. And then 1. So you've just made an increase of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. So here's your markered stitch, so you know that you're at the end. What you're going to do, insert your hook, yarn over, see how you grabbed it, and then go through the 2. So let me get another stitch marker. My house is full of these, so but these are a lifesaver, I promise. So now you have attached, I guess you could say, to the previous row. So you're going to keep going round. So you're going to skip this because this is not a stitch, it's just a marker. Just holds a stitch or lets you know where you are. So you see how these mark your row, so you know you're on the 3rd row. And normally I have them placed in front, but that one fell in back. So on this row, you're still, sometimes you have to kind of tighten the magic circle. But you're going to increase by going 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1. until it gets to the end. And you're going to keep increasing until your desired width of a circle that you want. Like I've made rugs and it seems like it's never ending, but you just keep increasing by doing 2 in one stitch, and then you just keep making your round. And if you forget, you can kind of look back through and go, oh, that was 2, 1, 1. So now this is a 2. And I'm working a little bit faster. You can rewind, if they still do rewind. I am a child of the 80s, and you're just still going around. You can watch it in a lot slower motion, but I just wanted you to see what it looks like when you're crocheting in a round. 1, 1, there's 2, and then it'll be 1, 1. And do you see where I'm going through underneath the 2 pieces there? And then your single crochet. So I'm at my marker stitch, so I'm going to slip stitch into there. Whoopsies. There you go. So that is the beginnings of the crocheting in a round. And let's just say you're making a hat. You can keep increasing, and let's say your crown, you've made the diameter that you're looking for, or what your pattern calls for. One way that you do the rest of your hat, as you increase the 2, 1, 1, and then it's 2, 1, 1, 1, 2. When you're done with that, then you literally, and make sure you have your markers every time you go around, is you just start single crocheting 1 single crochet in each stitch, and that will bring the hat, or if that's what you're making, whatever it is, into its shape. Because if you look at, let's see, I have a hat that I made. So let's say you increase all the way to here, and you can almost see where it begins to flatten out. And then as it just naturally comes down. So there you crocheted in a round, and then kind of came down. And these will work on different patterns later on. These are just the basic beginning stitches. So I hope that you enjoyed it and learned something. If you have any questions, just let me know. We'll see you on the next time.